Hey everybody, welcome. We are talking with Joe, who is the director of the Ergo Foundation. We're here at his booth at cNFTcon in Las Vegas. Joe, how are you doing today, man?
It's been fun.
Very cool, very cool. How's the experience been for you?
It's nice. It's nice to talk to a variety of people. You know, I've talked to a lot of people that are in the Cardano community that are miners, and so they want to learn about that side. I've talked to developers, and so I kind of get into what Ergo is about, our general philosophy thinking, and how we can potentially support new developers.
You know, I really love the similarities between Cardano and Ergo, both with the UTXO model. Ergo having the proof of work, though. What are some of the things that you've seen? Recently, Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake. Have you seen any inflows of miners that were previously on Ethereum coming towards Ergo?
Yeah, we've seen a ton. In fact, we saw so many that we had to change our difficulty adjustment mechanism because we basically got overrun. You know, right now that is one of the most critical things we need to address in the proof of work space. Ethereum basically fired 95% of the workforce out there, and everybody went home with their tools. And so right now they're competing against each other in a much smaller market, and so profitability has been painful.
Okay.
And so as a whole, you know, the proof of work space, you know, it needs to rebalance after that. That's a painful consolidation process.
Sure. Okay. Do you feel like that's going to benefit projects like Ergo in the long run?
In the long run. In the short term, it's painful. I've talked to a lot of miners that, you know, they're basically mining, I don't want to say dust, but dust, right? Because profitability is basically non-existent at this point. That's not Ergo unique, that's everybody in proof of work. So the long-term goal is going to be rebuild markets for proof of work. That way the security subsidy that is offered you know, can extend and rebuild profitability for miners.
I gotcha. Okay. As far as some of the things that you're excited about coming up, anything that you'd like to tell us about?
Sure. Well, one thing that we're working on right now is called DEXI, which is a new stablecoin framework that's unique to Ergo. That should be coming out, you know, in the next month or two.
Nice.
We have a lot of scaling solutions that are open source in our community, and that's kind of our ethos, is build open source and try to bring as many people into the ecosystem as possible.
Love that. I love that. That's very cool. As far as some of the different projects, you know, you got NFTs. Have you seen a lot of DeFi building on Ergo as well? Like, what are some of the things that you've seen that have really started to take shape within the ecosystem?
Sure. So obviously, you know, we had Ergo Dex at that point launched. They were the first decentralized exchange in extended UTXO, end-to-end open source. They've rebranded into Spectrum, and they're going to be released both on Cardano and Ergo with the bridge in the middle.
Very nice.
We also have an application called Duck Pools. That's the first lending platform that's coming out. We have a thing called Night Owl Casino, which is going to be an open source gaming platform, and I know one of their goals is to actually support other projects to integrate games and solutions into the casino itself. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
The beauty of open source is that once that code is out there, anybody can come in and play around.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you know, the beauty about in-person events like this is, like, we're talking to people on Twitter and Discord, you know, we're getting a chance to communicate with these people, but then when you're actually able to see them face to face, I feel like a lot of the collaboration really starts to take shape, and it's a really exciting thing.
Yeah, no, that's ultimately needed in this industry. It's just good communication. And you know, the reality is a lot of people have come up and they go like, hey, I've thought about building on Ergo, and it's like, we're open source. Like, we have so many things you can pick apart and look at that 85% of what you want to do is already done.
Yeah.
You know,
it's exciting, man. It's exciting. And one of the coolest things is, like, the people that are within Ergo, they're so helpful, they're so welcoming, just like with the Cardano community. I really do feel like everybody's just here trying to help each other.
No, that's ultimately how we build better, is you know, through that type of collaboration.
For sure, man. Well, Joe, really just a quick interview for our viewers at home. For those who want to learn more about Ergo and what you guys are doing, where can they go to find out more information?
All right, so we have a community-based website called sigmaverse.io, and that's kind of like the directory of the ecosystem, where you can look at all of the dApps and games and NFTs and tools and I think ultimately that's a great place to start.
Okay.
We have a website called ergotutorials.com for new users that want to learn what are the tools and how to use them. That way, you don't make a mistake. That's always painful for new people in the space. And then we have ergoplatform.org, which is our main website that gets into the team and what we're about.
Very cool. All right, Joe. Well, thanks so much, man. I really do appreciate the time.